Hi, this is a Technology RideCast. I'm Marc Farley, and our special guest again this morning is Hugo Patterson.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming along.
My pleasure.
So we were talking about Datrium DVX.
Yes.
When somebody buys DVX, what do they install? What do they work with?
So the DVX really consists of two pieces. Three, if you count the servers that the customer brings. The most important part is the software that you install on your servers that leverages the flash in those servers for super high performance, but also leverages the compute in those servers for RAID and compression and deduplication. In a traditional array would have to be running on the controller. When it comes time to actually storing the data durably, it writes to a appliance, the net shelf, that has all of the normal kind of enterprise storage features like NVRAM and redundant power supplies, all of that goodness like an enterprise array. But it doesn't have the controller part because the controller is really running in the servers.
Is that like a JBOD device?
It's sort of like a JBOD, but it's specifically designed to enable sharing across the host.
And what kind of storage devices do you use in the net shelf?
They are SATA disk drive.
So you've got the software that runs in the server, you've got the network machine, what do you call that again?
The net shelf.
Net shelf.
The
Okay.
durable storage appliance.
Is there a third part then?
So the customer provides the servers and flash. When the customer buys the flash devices themselves, flash is 5 to 10 times cheaper. And so you can afford as much flash as you need to hold all the data.
That's where all the caching takes place.
It's not really that. A cache, you think of having the 10% of the hottest data. It has all your data. So you're really running at the performance of that local flash, but there is a durable copy of the data on the net shelf. You can vMotion a VM to another.
It's all stored on the net shelf.
That's right. You're leveraging commodity servers, but you're not entangling durable storage with those servers. One of the big problems with hyperconverged is it turns your servers into a storage array. So now you have to manage your servers as carefully as you used to manage your array, because if you put a server in maintenance mode, your storage is degraded. That's kind of a pain. In a normal array, you end up with a fixed pie of performance, right? You buy a controller, it can do so many IOPS, it can store up to so much data, right? You have to anticipate how many servers you're going to add over the life of the array and how many IOPS they're going to need.
How many internal, external ports you have, all that stuff.
All of that
You play Tetris.
That's right. That's right. And you buy ahead of what you really need, and then eventually you outgrow it anyway, and then you have this painful forklift upgrade.
Well, transitions are never fun.
No. DVX just completely changes all of that because it's not a fixed pie of performance that you divide up among the servers. Every time you add a server to a DVX cluster, you're adding performance, you're adding IOPS.
What would be, if you will, the model or the best customer that you would say, if you have this, you need to talk to us?
We only work with VMware at the moment.
Okay, so that's 95%.
And after that, you need to be interested in saving money, interested in simple management.
So the percentages haven't gone down, Hugo.
If you have a mix of different kinds of workloads, we treat the servers pretty independently. So from a performance standpoint, they're not chatting back and forth. So we're not pooling across the servers except for the shared net shelf.
It's shared nothing except the net shelf.
That's right. It makes performance debugging way simpler. When you have one server that is depending on another and you have a VM on that first server running slowly, you don't even know which other server it may be pulling its data from. One of the biggest use cases for us is database, because you can provision a server with, say, extra flash to support a large database, like, say, a data warehouse. And that system can just really scream. And it's a very simple provisioning model.
Hugo, this is really great. You've got a really interesting architecture. Very interesting company. It looks like it's going off to a great success. So thanks for coming along and talking about it today.
Happy to be here and share, because I think it's really cool and destined to be the next storage for enterprise data centers.